Hello, everybody. Amanda Davis here, and I'm here to make a difference by teaching you what I know and sharing with you what I know. And I just wanted to come on really quickly and talk about the Dr. Seuss Read Across America. I know that we just had it on March 2nd, but some of these activities might be activities that are fun to do with your classes throughout the year, or if you're not a teacher, maybe with your kids throughout the year. And really, I probably should have done like hashtag kids or something. But anyway, side note, I usually realize that after. Um, but anyway, so I'm just going to really quickly share what my class did this year for Read Across America and then talk about a couple of other ideas that I saw going on. But I also, I mean, obviously, we all know by this point at Read Across America, simple Google search, you usually end up getting lots of ideas and things. So that would be my first thing is if you're looking for activities to do with your class on any subject, not just Read Across America, definitely try a Google search because there's a lot of resources out there on the internet, and that's what's really awesome, teachers sharing with other teachers, and that's kind of why I started this channel. Well, one of the reasons I started this channel was teachers sharing with other teachers. And so like I said, I'm just going to share really quickly what my class did on Thursday, my school did. So as a school, we had a special day that you could dress as your favorite book characters, and it didn't have to be Dr. Seuss related, just any favorite book characters. And the teachers and the students participated, and they had a lot of fun with that because anytime that they don't have to wear, my school wears uniforms, except for on Fridays, but anytime that they don't have to wear the normal thing or they get to wear something special, kids love that kind of stuff. And they also were interested to see what some of the teachers dressed up as. Like we had thing 1 and thing 2. We had a teacher that dressed up as Fern from Charlotte's Web, and she even carried around a little stuffed pig with her all day. And then I didn't get but so creative, but I told my kids that I always liked Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus, so I wore some brighter clothes, and I had some fun earrings on that day, and I said, I'm Miss Frizzle, and they were good with that, and so I was good with that. But but it's just something that the kids like to do. So doing something fun like that. And then also we decorated our school doors for a door decorating contest, and they were all based on Dr. Seuss books and which ones were our favorites. So the teacher personalities can really come out with things like that. And then as far as things that you can do with your kids, whether you're in school or at home, is, obviously reading your favorite books, whether they be Dr. Seuss, like we read Cat in the Hat Comes Back and Green Eggs and Ham. And then I know we also had some parent volunteers come in and read books to the kids. So again, anytime a little bit of fun stuff like that happens, they love that kind of stuff. Special readers, and obviously, hopefully, as a parent, you're reading to your kids. And then the other thing too is we had fun snacks, and so this is something that you could do at home too. We had green eggs and ham. They had some boiled eggs that the chef did food coloring around the boiled eggs, and so they were green boiled eggs, and obviously on the inside they were normal, but the outside was green eggs with food coloring. And then thank you for popping on. And then we had just some like sandwich meat ham, and so we had green eggs and ham for a snack. And then in the afternoon we had some green pudding that was just vanilla pudding that had some green food coloring, or if you could get some kind of lime flavored jello or something like that, you could do something that was similar to that. And the reason that she did green was thinking along the lines of like green eggs and ham and Dr. Seuss and fun and all that good stuff. So we had a pretty chill day personally. We had the parents come in and read. Like I said, we did do some coloring pages because I'm a kindergarten teacher, so my kids love coloring. And again, Google search gets you lots of coloring pages. And then I also had some of my more advanced kids do, it was a Cat in the hat. And then I also saw some of the kids from the public school come in with this, and it was a Cat in the hat. And the idea is that you have them do all the words in the at family, so like hat and cat and whatever else, rat, bat, mat, at itself, and you just fill up the hat with those kind of words. And so I did have my kids do that, and my kids just colored a hat and wrote it on the coloring page. The kids from public school came in with it. They had like a cutout hat that could go around their head, and it had the cat and the hat attached to it. So, you know, that kind of stuff is fun with kids too, especially kindergarten kids. And the public school kids that came in with that were kindergarten also. Um, and so, like I said, this scope was geared more towards your younger children, like I said in the title. But any children, I mean, hopefully your kids are liking reading. And if they're not, you just really have to find some creative ways to bring reading into their environment, because it is so important that kids are able to read. And that's kind of the fun of something like Read Across America Day, because you can get the kids to read and share with them that everybody is reading and everybody is celebrating in Dr. Seuss's birthday, and also just in reading itself. And some other fun reading ideas too is like, how many minutes can you read? And if they read a certain amount of minutes, give them some kind of award. I know that in my public school, around the time of Read Across America Day, when I was teaching public school, we did, it was like how many minutes can the whole school read? And I think it was like throughout the whole month of March or something like that. We did it for a while. And so, like, they did, for every 100 minutes, they got a link of some kind of chain thing, and there ended up being a chain all the way down the hallway and stuff like that. Kids love that kind of stuff. And you can do similar things at home, like you get a sticker for every book, or you get, you know, some kind of reward where the kids can kind of see how much they're reading, or, you know, a sticker for every 5 minutes or whatever, just because kids love that kind of stuff. And like I said, it's really important to have that print-rich environment, and especially younger children. And if you can't afford to buy the books, libraries are still in existence, and they're a great resource. I go to the library about once a month to get books for my classroom and share with the kids, and the kids love to have something different to look at and hear me read. And even when I was with younger children, because right now I'm with kindergarten, like I said, but even when I was with 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, they loved getting books that were different. And then even the infants I worked with for a while, I was working with 1-year-olds. And those kids loved getting the different board books. I stuck with board books with them. Every once in a while, I would bring something else in for them to be able to look at the pictures. But as far as letting them look at stuff independently, I stuck with board books, because you do, I mean, even a board book, if you're not careful, they can rip it. But books are still very important. And it's important, you know, I say that if you're not careful, a child can rip, but teach the child, be gentle with the book, and starting as young, you know, as you can, especially pretty much if they have the motor skills to be able to turn the page, they can look at a book. So 1-year-olds can definitely look at a book. You might not think that, but they can. And they might not be able to read it. They might not be able to look at the pictures yet and say dog or cat, or maybe, you know, they'll start to say that just after one, you know, that kind of thing. But it doesn't matter. Just let them get exposed to those things, and even read to them before they're 1. And if you do that kind of stuff, it just really teaches kids that appreciation for reading and love for books. And even if you don't have a love for books yourself, you kind of have to just figure out something that you can do to try to share a love for books with kids, so that they don't struggle reading later in life. And because what that foundation in early childhood, in kindergarten and first grade and second grade, is so important in third, fourth, and fifth grade and beyond, when they're having to read passages and do reading comprehension and like science stuff and social studies stuff that they're having to read and get information from it. And so it's so important to instill that love for the reading prior to having to do that kind of stuff, and also just giving them as much practice with reading prior to that stuff, so that they can have all that reading comprehension. And teachers do it, but you can do it at home too. And especially if you're homeschooling, it's something to consider, because you just really want to make sure that those kids get what they need with reading. So I think I've talked for long enough. Thank you so much to the people that popped on to the live video. Thank you to anyone watching the replay on the web or on Twitter. And if you're not already following this Twitter account and Periscope account, do feel free to follow. I am going to keep this one mostly teaching. My other account is at Amanda Beauty Tip. That one I do more lifestyle and randomness scopes, as well as, of course, beauty scopes. And sometimes I talk about cooking on that one as well. I don't really talk about cooking enough that I feel I really need a separate account for that at this time. But just over at Amanda Beauty Tip is my other account, and that's where I do a lot of that kind of stuff. And this one's going to be mostly teaching oriented. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see everybody with my next video. Bye, guys.